Ladies and gentlemen, in the tumultuous Amhara region, a relentless and high-stakes conflict unfolds, pitting the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, against the Amhara Fano forces on multiple fronts. The battleground is a cauldron of turmoil and tension, and in this video, we will delve into the most recent updates from the heart of the action. The latest reports indicate a notable shift in the situation as the Fano Amhara forces have made significant headway, capturing a considerable portion of the South Gondar zone. This achievement is underscored by a dramatic event outside Nefas Musha, where over 1,000 prisoners were liberated following Fano's takeover of local police stations. As previously reported, Nefas Musha fell under Fano's control, and the clash continues unabated outside the areas of Addis Zemen and Wereta. More recent dispatches from the field convey the successful capture of Addis Zemen in Gondar by Fano Amhara forces. The ensuing battles in the outskirts of this pivotal location are characterized by intensity as Fano sources express their optimism about the imminent capture of Wereta. Fano forces have exhibited remarkable gains, extending their influence over two entire counties, Upper Gayant and Lower Gayant, both of which now firmly fall under Fano's jurisdiction. In addition, Addis Zemen remains under Fano's control, despite the enduring fierceness of the clashes, where the ENDF deploys heavy weaponry in a bid to regain control over these strategic areas. Adding to the tapestry of this intricate conflict, reports arrive from Marawi, situated in Gojam, where intense fighting has raged for an uninterrupted 3 days. As previously reported, Fano sources contend that the ENDF has suffered substantial casualties in the course of this conflict. Conversely, reports from ENDF sources convey that several Fano soldiers have also lost their lives in these relentless battles. The backdrop is one of ongoing volatility, as the ENDF dispatches reinforcements and resorts to the utilization of formidable heavy weapons, including mortars, Zu-23S, and artillery. Furthermore, we have learned of significant developments in the Koreb and Debrecite areas of South Wollo Magdala, where Fano forces celebrated their liberation of these regions just a day ago. As we have highlighted in prior reports, local militias and other groups are actively considering distancing themselves from the broader community. However, local youth are increasingly rallying behind Fano's cause, as a sense of purpose and resolve strengthens their involvement in the unfolding conflict. The landscape of the Amhara region is painted with the intricate brushstrokes of a multifaceted and ever-evolving conflict. On both sides of the divide, active engagement persists, and the situation remains fluid and dynamic. In recent developments within Ethiopia, a disturbing trend has emerged where the government is coercing citizens from various regions to participate in the ongoing conflict in the Amhara region. The consequences of this policy have been dire, with those forced into battle suffering significant casualties and injuries. Many of those who managed to survive the brutal fighting ultimately found themselves surrendering to Fano forces, marking a dramatic shift in the dynamics of the conflict. It is evident that the Ethiopian government's authority in the Amhara region is gradually eroding, prompting desperate measures to shore up their military ranks. The government has been resorting to recruiting and deploying new forces to the front lines, equipping them with military uniforms. However, the stark reality is that, due to their lack of experience and inadequate military training, these freshly deployed recruits often find themselves thrust into the heart of combat, resulting in a tragic cycle of casualties and fatalities. The fortunate few among these recruits may receive minimal training in basic marksmanship and firearm handling in non-combat zones. It has been disheartening to hear accounts from regime soldiers who have subsequently surrendered to Fano forces, shedding light on their lack of preparedness and training. Reports indicate that some of these regime soldiers underwent dry fire training and shooting exercises at a camp located in a town called Itnora, situated in the East Gojam Zone's Dejan district. Even after such rudimentary training, we have received information that, on the day of our analysis, some of the regime's forces were directed to travel to Addis Ababa. According to our sources, this force is expected to traverse the Shawa line, underscoring the magnitude of military challenges facing the Ethiopian government. This information has raised concerns about the security situation in the Dejan district, which appears to be grappling with the presence of multiple armed groups. These gangs have reportedly taken hold in various areas, including Ambar, Awabel district, and Lumame within the Awabel district, as well as other prosperous regions in close proximity to the Dejan district and the broader East Gojam zone. The situation unfolding in Ethiopia is emblematic of a complex and multifaceted conflict with dire consequences for those unwillingly drawn into its vortex. The repercussions of these forced conscriptions and hasty deployments have only served to compound the already dire humanitarian crisis in the region. We will continue to closely monitor the evolving dynamics of this crisis and provide updates as more information becomes available. In the face of these challenges, it is crucial for us all to remain informed and empathetic to the plight of the affected communities, holding out hope for a more stable and peaceful future. The conflict in the Amhara region of Ethiopia between the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, and Amhara Fano forces has led to significant territorial changes, with Fano making substantial gains, capturing areas like South Gondar Zone and Addis Zemen in Gondar. The Ethiopian government's response has included deploying heavy weaponry and sending reinforcements. Forced conscription of citizens with inadequate training has resulted in high casualties among new recruits. In addition, the presence of armed groups in the Dejan district has created a growing sense of insecurity. This complex and multifaceted conflict continues to evolve, with grave consequences for the civilian population. International attention and efforts toward a peaceful resolution are crucial.